So they got a news article over on the American Thinker. Did the NFL tinker with the Rams Saints game? Got a report on it. You can go to American Thinker, read it for yourself. So anyway, the Rams and the Saints game, yeah, it's getting a lot more. There's a lot more attention to that game than the Kansas City game, because the Kansas City game, yeah, the guy was offsides. You know, I did a video on it the other day, and yeah, there's no dispute that the Kansas City guy was offsides. What I said in my video, the guy being offsides didn't impact the play. That was my deal on the Kansas City and New England game. The guy being offsides didn't impact the play. If the guy wasn't offsides, you know, Tom Brady still would have threw that interception. Okay, now this penalty here against the Rams, or it should have been against the Rams. Everybody can watch the video and see that the Rams player did interfere really bad with the Saints player. Okay, so that penalty should have been called in that game. And if it would have been called, would the Saints be in the Super Bowl right now? It's a good possibility the Saints would be in the Super Bowl right now if the referees would have called that penalty against the Rams for interfering with the Saints. And the deal is, too, there was another video on YouTube I watched the other day saying, is the NFL rigged? And I thought this, about 3 or 4 years ago, I thought, is it rigged? I thought it myself because that game, Dallas and the Green Bay Packers, the divisional game they had about, 4 years ago, with Dez Bryant. You know, some say that he caught the ball, some say he didn't catch the ball. I think he caught it. Okay, I think it was a catch, and it was ruled a non-catch in that game, which the Green Bay Packers beat the Cowboys. But if that catch was ruled to be a catch in that game, would Dallas beat the Packers then and went on to the championship game? See, there's a lot of these games, the referees are really tilting the game toward the other team in these big games. And rather, is it a catch? Did he catch it? Did he not catch it? You know, it's like the interference call wasn't called, and everybody can see it on video. It was interference. There's no doubting that. And the referees don't call it, so it tilts the game in the Rams' favor. Okay. But do I think the NFL is rigged? I think it's a good possibility, yes. I don't think it was back in the 70s and 80s. I started watching football in 1974. That's when I started watching football. And back then, I never thought it was rigged. I mean, through the mid-70s, through the 80s and the 90s, I never thought one time the NFL was rigged back then. And it's like I said in my other video, it seems like, back then, if you go back to the 70s and 80s and 90s, you don't have all this, doubting, or is it rigged? Is the referees, tilting the game? And referees are making some real bad calls in the last 4 years. I mean, you look at a lot of these big games, some real bad calls and calls they should have called and they didn't call, and it favors the other team. I just don't remember that happening back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. I can't recall it. And now it seems like the last 4 or 5 years, yeah, it's really bad. So, yeah, I think it's a possibility the NFL could be rigged, yeah. I'd probably say 70% chance that it's rigged, maybe 80% chance it's rigged, Oh, there you go. Go to the American Thinker. You can read this article they have on it. So, there's people fuming about that, about the Rams and the Saints game. There's a little bit on the Kansas City offsides, not as bad. But, yeah, with the Rams and Saints, yeah, it's really bad on that. There you go. I'm out of here.